What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and today I want to bring you guys a video about Nano and is it going to be the next coin listed on Coinbase. I'm going to be covering all the recent news and announcements that have led to Nano's huge price increase the past few days, as well as whether or not I believe Nano will be the next coin to be listed on the Coinbase exchange. So with that said, I'm going to go right into the disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult a financial advisor if necessary. For transparency purposes, I am invested in and do hold a sizable amount of Nano in my portfolio right now. So that's just saying that for transparency purposes to let you guys know kind of where I stand with this cryptocurrency. But with that said, let's get into the bulk of this video. Before I get into the bulk of the video and why Nano has seen this price increase as of lately, I want to go over the numbers behind Nano. So first and foremost, for those of you guys that don't know, as many of you guys do know, Nano was previously known as Roblox or XRB before they went through the rebranding process that happened actually fairly recently into Nano. So I just wanted to put that out there for people who weren't aware. But Nano is currently sitting at $13.22, down about 6.23% last 24 hours, and holds a rank of 21st overall in terms of overall market cap, and holds a market cap of just over $1.6 billion. So a sizably large cryptocurrency that's very well established just outside of the top 20. But let's go into where Nano has been price-wise the past few months. So at the beginning of December, Nano actually was around this 28 to 35 cent mark, and you guys could pick up Nano very cheap then. But the big thing about the Nano or Roblox cryptocurrency is that it saw huge unprecedented amounts of growth at the beginning of January and even late December. So its first peak, we saw Nano hit an all-time high at that moment of $17.35, followed by a quick dip to around the price range that we're seeing right now, back up to its current all-time high that still stands at around $36, even almost hitting the $37 mark. So that was followed by another dip and then another climb to that all-time high. Didn't quite get there, but still stayed around the $36 range. And ever since then, as altcoins turn bearish and Bitcoin turn bearish, we have seen Nano fall down to the ranges of, between $8 and $10. But as more recently, we've seen Nano hit that $15, almost $16 price range. So what is the reasons behind that? I'm going to be talking about that later in the video, but I did quickly want to outline and set the groundwork of where Nano has been price-wise, what its market cap's looking like, where it has been in the past, and what you guys can kind of expect for Nano in the future based upon how it is trending. So that is what I wanted to touch on first in today's video. Now I want to jump into some of the news, developments, and information regarding Nano and why we've seen such a huge price hike in Nano from its regular consolidation price as of recently. So I'm going to be using a number of different articles in this video, which will all be linked down in the description down below, so make sure to check those out. The first of which being the usacommerce.com, an article written by Tim Walker that's going to help me keep my thoughts in line as I explain to you guys the recent news regarding Nano and what this means for the cryptocurrency going forward. So first things first, I mentioned it at the beginning of the video. Roblox was Nano before it was rebranding to Nano. So obviously at the time of that happening, there was a lot of hype around it. People were excited, but that wasn't sustainable. So around that time, we saw prices around $19 to $20, but that wasn't able to hold, as around that time, not only was there a lot of FUD coming into the cryptocurrency market, and I have multiple videos regarding that. This is in regards to regulation from countries, as well as possible situations with Tether and not having enough money to back that up. So just a lot of negative news coming. That didn't help Nano, as well as people, I think, eventually lost interest in the rebranding in and of itself. So after the rebranding day, it has not been so kind to the Nano cryptocurrency, and you guys can see that on the coinmarketcap.com graphs, just as Nano has descended over time. But some recent news that has come out that has gotten people interested again, or at least has gotten me personally interested again, as I can't speak for everybody, was Twitch users can now execute Nano coin donations. So I originally saw this on Twitter and was like, oh my gosh, I think that this is going to be absolutely huge. And the reason I say that is because for those of you guys that don't know what Twitch is, let me quickly outline it. Twitch is a live streaming platform where gamers and IRL streamers alike can live stream their games to an audience. They can interact with their chat in real time. They can subscribe for an amount of money, as well as they can donate various amounts of money to the content creators themselves to help them keep creating the content that they do within their platform as a way to support themselves, a donation for creating this content. And now you are able to donate the Nano cryptocurrency. So apparently it's going to be very much instant, as the Nano cryptocurrency itself is instant, very scalable, and has zero transactional fees to it, so that's going to be cool, as well as I think that once cryptocurrency eventually catches on and gets a lot more mainstream adoption, and you guys start seeing things like, you know, the option to check out with cryptocurrency on a lot of websites, you know, the fact that Nano is one of the pioneers in Twitch donations, which is absolutely huge for the platform. If you've ever watched a Twitch stream, you guys know that, you know, every few minutes, especially if it's a large Twitch streamer, even every few seconds, you're going to see $5 donation, $10 donation, $20 donation, whatever the amount is, you know, thanking whoever did that. If you guys could see the Nano cryptocurrency, not only would that be, you know, kind of a huge way to increase the adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies, that would get people interested. Hey, what's this? Why is everybody donating this? And that would lead them to Google searching and maybe potentially sparking their interest in it. But I think that Nano being a pioneer means a lot of good things for this cryptocurrency, because as you guys know on my channel, I think blockchain technology is here to stay, and any pioneers in new industries I think are going to get be setting themselves up for future success, especially something like this, that the integration between donations, the Nano cryptocurrency, and Twitch, I just think is a very good partnership and a very good transition for Nano. So I just kind of covered why I think that Nano is going to be successful, especially with Twitch, and I think that eventually, if enough people, you know, catch on to this, it's going to do great things for blockchain and cryptocurrency, as well as the Nano cryptocurrency in and of itself. So huge news there, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people think, oh, you know, it's cool, you can now donate with the Nano cryptocurrency and Twitch. Well, I think that's really cool. You know, as somebody who uses the Twitch platform, I'm very excited to see this going forward. But enough rambling about that. You guys got the idea. Another thing that Nano is doing is Nano is making other small steps towards mass adaptability. So what do they mean by this? Well, Nano has recently announced February 21st, 2018 on their Twitter account, specifically tweeting, "We're excited to announce the Nano Wallet for Android, which is now in beta on Google Play." So the blockchain platform's Nano Wallet enables instant transactions at zero fees. So when the wallet app is live on all platforms, it will be really easy for people to participate. So that is good to see there. So while Nano has already proven to be instant, it's only a matter of time until people start using this app just to send money to friends and family. If you guys ever sent a Bitcoin payment or a Litecoin payment from one address to another, you guys know that it takes a little bit amount of time to confirm the transaction over blockchain and to have that individual cryptocurrency's blocked mine, or whatever the situation may be. Nano, I've sent it from wallet to wallet, and it is literally instant. So like when you have a wallet on Android where people, a lot like PayPal, can send money from one person to another and it be instant like that, if people can do that, just like the article is stating, to do that with the Nano cryptocurrency, this could absolutely be huge in terms of mass adoptability. So please understand that that is a pretty big development for the Nano cryptocurrency, especially since the Android wallet is now in beta. So that is cool as well. Additionally, there is some videos on their Twitter account that says, you know, by Gary Tan, a Coinbase executive himself, just witnessed the first Nano transfer of the Android mobile wallet with the Nano core team, Zack Shapiro, which I'm going to touch on in the next section of the video. In a time of crazy crypto money grabs, this crypto is a very ideological pure team focused on enabling instant free payments. So pretty big from somebody who's part of the Coinbase team as well. So that's some high praise there. When the next big step happens with the Nano coin, this cryptocurrency price is likely going to soar again, and it's left up to a lot of other top altcoins to play catch up. So obviously I am invested into Nano. I am very optimistic on some of this news that's come out. Very good to see, or I've been very excited to see, you know, the price increases. It does help my portfolio. However, I am going to be one of the first people to say that, you know, some of the things and some of the news regarding Nano is not going to be sustainable in my personal opinion for these price increase. And I know a lot of you guys want to see that $36 all-time high just as much as I do, but at the same time, we have to be realistic in the fact that we are in an altcoin bear market. A lot of cryptocurrencies have turned bearish, despite the fact we have seen some slight bullish signals over the past few days. I don't think that this information and news is going to be able to prop Nano above every other cryptocurrency on the market with such a high price increase and a lot of price action there. But I do think that this news is going to bump Nano up a few dollars, maybe cross the next line of resistance, and hopefully it's going to mean good things for the future as they continue to develop this technology. So I just want to be realistic with you guys. I'm not saying Nano's going to hit their all-time high at $36, even though I wanted to see that, but please understand all of this news for Nano is going to be huge in the future, even if it's not evident right now. So some great stuff coming from this cryptocurrency. Next, I want to go into, you know, what's all this mumbo jumbo about Nano being listed on Coinbase, and what are my opinions on that? Now, I want to jump into probably the most anticipated section of today's video. Is Nano about to get listed on Coinbase? Is Nano the next cryptocurrency to benefit from the Coinbase effect? Well, I'm going to give my opinions and my analysis and just cover all of the information pertaining to the news regarding Nano being listed. So I'm going to be starting off with an article over on Cryptorecorder.com to really just outline my thoughts and give you guys both the bullish argument and the bearish argument in terms of Nano's possibility of being listed on Coinbase. So as I scroll down, I will say first and foremost that this article specifically today is based on a lot of speculation, and you guys are going to hear that within the first paragraph that I read here. So please, if you guys read this article, just understand that a lot of things mentioned here are just based upon a prediction that they think will happen. Nothing is concrete, nothing is set in stone by any of the parties involved, just speculation going forward. But with that said, they begin by saying, just before Nano saw its massive gains, Nano's Zack sent out a tweet that he would be meeting with Coinbase's Gary Tan. There's so much information that can be deciphered from this meeting, and that's why the market reacted. For starters, it could mean that Nano is about to be added on Coinbase. And right then and there, you guys may have had a whoa moment where you guys say, you know, that's a pretty big conclusion to jump to just because a Nano team member had a meeting with another Coinbase team member. And, you know, I'm going to have to agree with you guys there, but let's jump into exactly what they are referencing here. So as I head over to the Twitter that initially released this tweet, it was by Gary Tan that said, just witnessed the first Nano transfer to the Android mobile wallet with Nano Core team. In a time of crazy crypto money grabs in crypto, this is very ideologically pure team focused on enabling instant free payments. So what they're referencing here and what you guys can kind of see on your screen is in regards to the Android mobile wallet, which is currently in beta, as I touched on earlier in the video. And this allows users who have this wallet on their phone to send Nano from one person to another basically almost instantly with zero transactions, as that's what the Nano cryptocurrency and platform does and allows people to do. So I think this is very cool in cryptocurrency because there are so many cryptocurrencies out there, almost all of them, that, you know, take a while to transfer from one address to another. They have to go through a confirmation phase, and any of you guys have seen that. If you guys have ever tried to transfer Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin off of Coinbase to another exchange, it takes a little bit and has to go through that confirmation period. Nano is different in this regard, and if it can be as instant as something like a PayPal transfer, you know, from one person to another on your mobile phone, just as Nano could be like that too. This could be absolutely huge, not only for the Nano cryptocurrency, but, you know, for blockchain technology as a whole, as it's going to allow for mass adoption, actual real practical use for people to say, hey, I'll pay you back in the Nano cryptocurrency, 2 seconds later it's there, or even just for restaurants or other places that might accept Nano. It's instant and feeless, and that's absolutely cool. So again, that is some pretty cool news from Nano, but I don't think that in and of itself is indicative of saying, hey, Nano is going to be the next coin listed on Coinbase. I will say, for those of you guys that don't know who Gary Tan is, he's somebody on Twitter with over 51.7 thousand followers. He's a managing partner in Initialized Capital. He's the earliest seed investor in Coinbase, and that is where he gets his connection there. He's an angel investor and has invested in 100+ great startups. So obviously some ties, some deep ties to the Coinbase team, and it's cool to see him tweeting stuff out with Nano, but I don't think that is indicative of it being the next cryptocurrency listed on the Coinbase exchange. However, I will say that with this news coming out of the Nano team and Gary Tan tweeting this on Twitter, it does cement Nano with some ties to the Coinbase exchange as well as its team members, and gives it a leg up in terms of, you know, when people make the argument, you know, this is why I believe this is the next cryptocurrency listed on Coinbase, and then they provide the information and their facts behind that. Listing this, you know, interaction between these two parties will actually be very huge in making that argument successful for people who think Nano is going to be listed. I will say that even though it does give it a step up, please understand that Nano is competing with countless other cryptocurrencies to be listed on the Coinbase exchange. In my opinion, Coinbase could add 10 to 15 different cryptocurrencies with very large market caps to their exchange, and they would be perfect fits. However, obviously this isn't feasible due to the fact that Coinbase has its own problems with registration issues, the influx of new traffic, just you know, freezing the markets when a huge Bitcoin crash happens. You know, Coinbase has so many customer support emails, phone calls, things that they need to address before they add another cryptocurrency. But at the same time, if we're going to talk about the next cryptocurrency that Coinbase is going to add, because it's inevitable, Nano has gotten a step up today with this meeting and interaction. So by no means is this anything set in stone that Nano will be listed. It is something that, the main thing I think you guys can take away, in other words, is that Nano has taken a step forward in potentially getting listed on the Coinbase exchange. However, Nano is competing with a number of other cryptocurrencies for that next spot, as well as you have to take into account that maybe this meeting had nothing to do with actually getting listed on Coinbase. Could have potentially never come up, and probably actually didn't come up. It was just a meeting between somebody who's interested in Nano and Nano, previously known as Ryblox, and their new Android wallet and sending payments, as well as maybe there's a partnership in the works that doesn't involve Nano being listed onto Coinbase. We have very little information here, and we're drawing a lot of conclusions from very little information, just a simple video and tweet on Twitter. So while this stuff is very interesting, please, in my opinion, I think a lot of people need to curb their enthusiasm for Nano being the next coin listed on a Coinbase. However, this is a step forward for the platform, the cryptocurrency, and the team, as this is some pretty bullish news overall. Lastly, before I end today's video, I do want to address some of the rumors around the fact that Zack, who we've been talking about in today's video, somebody on Nano's development team, could have possibly met with a C-level manager from JP Morgan. In the article, it says, if this were true, it could then be potentially adopted by one of the largest banks on the planet as a payment gateway. Remember, Nano is way better than Ripple XRP, which is also aiming for the same market. And then they continue to explain why they believe that is true. First off, I will say that I think, that is a very bold statement to claim. I've done a lot of research on both cryptocurrencies, and in my opinion, they are both cryptocurrencies with their both different advantages in the cryptocurrency world. I think they're both going to be successful, so I don't think it's fair to say Nano is way better than Ripple, or even the other way around, that Ripple is better than Nano. Understand they're both different cryptocurrencies with different objectives in blockchain technology. So that's the first kind of thing that I'm going to point out here. The next thing that I want to point out is that I have done some additional research online, just as I do with all my videos and anything I talk about, and I have found very little, if any at all, even articles or mentions of anybody saying Zack met with a C-level manager from JP Morgan. Please link me down in the description below if you guys have any news regarding this. But right now, as far as I'm concerned, the person who wrote this article is writing a lot on speculation, and this is just exactly what it sounds like, guys, a rumor. In my opinion, I have found nothing that backs any of these ideas up. Maybe this guy has some insider trading and investment knowledge. Maybe he knows something that we obviously don't know here. And I'm not saying the meeting never happened or didn't happen at all, but there is very little, if any at all, information on the internet regarding the idea that Zack met with an executive level manager from JP Morgan. And then I think again, jumping to the conclusion that this could be, Nano would then be adopted as by one of the largest banks on the planet as a payment gateway, is a pretty big of a stretch of a prediction there in and of itself. So I just basically wanted to end this off by saying that this news regarding JP Morgan, while it's interesting, there's a lot of opinion injected into this statement over on this Cryptorecorder article, as well as the fact that it's not really backed up by anything. In my personal opinion, is, like I said, just a rumor to build up hype around the Nano cryptocurrency, and is not backed up by anything. Again, guys, I'm invested in a Nano, and I want Nano to be successful, but at the same time, I'm very realistic, and I want to look at this in as unbiased of a way as possible. And this information, as far as I'm concerned, is just either not true, or there is nothing to back up that it happened in the first place. So again, there are plenty of articles like this out there online that not necessarily don't lie, but they stretch the truth, and they just try to hype things up for no other reason at all, other than maybe they want to make a profit on a cryptocurrency. And I'm not accusing the author of this article for doing that himself. I'm just saying that, in my personal opinion, this stuff is, again, just a rumor. And I've rambled on enough about this, but I did want to make this aware to you guys, because if I am going to use this article and link it in the description below, I do want to say that some of this stuff, I'm very skeptical on what has been said here, as well as the fact that you guys should really look at other resources outside of my videos, take my opinion, as well as these articles, very much with a grain of salt, and do additional research, get some different perspectives on this stuff as a whole. But I did want to include that because I do think you guys will find value in that, and I think it's my duty to inform you guys about potential stuff that can be misleading that I include in my videos. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Hopefully I did a good job explaining the Nano cryptocurrency, as well as the news behind it and why it got a recent price bump, as well as my opinions on it getting listed onto Coinbase. Please understand the article that I used in today's video over on Cryptorecorder.com. I was very hesitant to even putting this article in the video today, but I do want to put it in this video, and as I did, for a few reasons. One, to show you guys that there are misleading articles out there that don't even necessarily necessarily just blatantly lie about things. They stretch the truth, and they aren't all truthful. So that just shows you guys that you really need to do your research, find different perspectives, opinions, as well as other news sources overall to really get the facts out. Secondly, I wanted to show you guys that while some of this stuff is very, very optimistic and is just bullish news for Nano overall, please understand to be realistic about the things that you guys see. So if you guys see some cool news about a cryptocurrency and you guys think that it's really going to increase the price or going to get people happy or excited about it, you know, that's great, and I think that's awesome to see. But be realistic with your expectations. Understand that we are in a very bearish market right now, and some news regarding Nano, while it's going to be good in the long term as well as even the short term, as we've seen a few dollar price increase as of lately, it's not going to rocket to an all-time high, or even some of the things that was outlined in the article earlier in this video about, you know, drawing those huge conclusions from very little amounts of data in regards to the tweets and Gary Tan and Coinbase and even the JP Morgan stuff. So there's a lot of misleading information online, and while that stuff wasn't exactly dishonest, it didn't tell the whole truth, and I wanted to show you guys that that stuff exists, give my opinions on it, and just, you know, kind of just cover this whole nano cryptocurrency news, what's going on as a whole out there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to end off with a disclaimer that says none of the information in this video is investment or financial advice. It's just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. For transparency purposes, I am invested into Nano at the time of making this video. I hold it. I like the cryptocurrency, so take that for what you will, guys. Please understand that, you know, even though I say that I want to look at this as unbiased as possible, by holding a cryptocurrency, no matter what anybody says, that does offer them a little bit of bias, you know, because they do want to see it to be successful. Otherwise, they wouldn't be holding it. But thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and have a great day.